So I know that people have tweeted in that you're an animal lover. What is your spirit animal?
A sloth.
A sloth. Okay.
Great. Wow, I thought that would take some thinking.
No, not at all.
Tell me what I don't understand the reality behind spirit animal. What is that?
Well, for me, I think it's just something that you feel strangely in tune with, and you can't explain it. And I have loved sloths for 10 years, and I don't know why. I think about them almost daily. I can't explain it. I have I had yet to have any contact with one, but I'll say that story in a second. But whenever I'm feeling down, I Google baby sloth videos, and I challenge you to do it right now if you're in a bad mood and not absolutely have a smile on your face.
When they climb, they have these weird claw things, and they just move so...
They are so stupid looking. I love them.
Yes.
They look like little George Lucas creatures.
Yeah.
And it's God's greatest trick because you really can't snuggle them. And they look so snuggly. So it's really frustrating. But I actually, and will be the first time anyone's hearing this story. But
Wow. Scoop.
Exclusive. I recently had a birthday. And thank you very much. Was struggling as to what to get me, and often sees me Google these baby sloth videos. And I was having people over in the evening, and he said, keep the afternoon free of my birthday. This was a Saturday. And he got a phone call. We were sitting in the living room, and he said, okay, your birthday present's here. All he had told me up to this point was, no one will ever get this present that you know of. And I thought, okay, well, it's not like, a necklace or something then. He said, why don't you take the dogs and go into the back room? And on my walk to the back room with the dogs, I don't know why. I had no way of knowing this, but I knew a sloth was close. I'm not joking you. I started to flip out. I said, oh my God. He said, take the dogs. Why would I have to take the dogs? Oh my God, a sloth is here. Oh my God. So I proceed to the back room. I start to have a full-fledged medical grade panic attack. And because if I'm not between a 3 and a 7, I'm bawling. If I'm too happy or too sad, I am just pouring tears. So I start to panic because I felt in a very strange way that I've never admitted. My whole life has been leading up to this moment where I meet a sloth. So I'm in the bedroom crying, really excited. My heart is pumping. My hands are sweating. I just am pouring tears. He comes back with the video camera and he sees me mid-panic attack. And I said, is there sloth here? He's got it all on video. And he goes, yes. And he starts laughing and he tapes me and I fall back on the bed and I'm just going, I'm just freaking out. Anyway, cut to me then panicking some more, getting ready, going out. And him having found the one and only sloth that keeps residence here in Los Angeles from a lovely, wonderful animal wrangler. Now, the sloth has a better resume than both Dax and I combined, mind you. She was in, Minority Report, and she's in all these zoo movies. She's in
Oh, that sloth.
Yeah, her name is Melon, and
she's a very jaded sloth.
No, she was lovely. She came to my house for about 4 hours. They set up her little habitat in my living room, and she just hung there.
Oh, my God.
It was exceptional. And I got to interact with her a little bit. I mean, you can't really because they're so solitary that you can't touch them or cuddle them. No, I would love to, but I couldn't. But, she was just literally sitting in my living room. And in order to have hired the animal wrangler for the day, he had to take out a wild animal insurance policy on the house for that month. And I think that they didn't know what to do. They were like, you want to... I'm sorry, I'm confused as to what you want to take out a wild animal insurance policy on the house. Because, the animal wranglers, they're very by the book, they're very safe. And they said, if you want the sloth at your house, you have to take out this policy.
What a great... Marty's put up a sloth on the screen here. I don't know if I can turn it to you, but it's a mysterious...
Yeah. Try a baby one.
Oh, do baby sloth. That's... Oh my gosh, that is so cute.
Stop. You can't tell. Also, slow lorises are very cute.
Yeah,
wow.
And it's great watching them move, too, because it's so deliberate and so slow. You'd think they would get eaten in the jungle, but...
The arms look like so much out of proportion bigger than they ought to.
They are. They're like
really
little...
long.
Yeah, they're very, very long. They're like made of spaghetti, it looks like.
See, if I was in South Africa, I would just take a turn to Madagascar and just live there for a little bit.
I would have loved to.
Well, I got to say this, Marty, because I know that I'm not always full of compliments for you, appropriately so. This was the best softball question ever because
did I mess up? Weren't there supposed to be two more?
But it takes a long time.
It doesn't have to be rapid fire.
No. It's not like
this was. I was telling a story while Ken was panicking.
Yeah.
And Ken was trying to think, what's the comic theme? How are they going to make fun of me instead of just being
right? Just like, what do you drink in the morning?
He was tense,
right? But that's Ken.
Ken is an idiot.
Exclusive.
Bing. But wasn't that perfect? Like, he asks a question that he thinks might be appropriate to you, and it just so happens you met your spirit animal very recently.
2 months ago.
I mean, that's.
And it was, and that's the funny thing is, like, when I was telling people this story, or I did have, 12 friends over that night, and they came right at the tail end while she was leaving, because I didn't want her to have 12 people in the house and start to get nervous.
Right,
apparently, they're really not nervous at all. They could care less about what you're doing.
Because they can kill you with a glance.
Yeah, because they have T-Rexes. But basically, they started packing her up, but a few of my friends got there and got to see her, and they were like, what is going on? And I was like, oh, you didn't know I was obsessed with sloths, because I guess I've kept it very quiet. There's been no need for me to mention it to other people. It's something I do in private when I'm feeling down. I research
dug too deep.
sloths. And now I do know, in talking about it with people are like, yeah, that must be your spirit animal.
That's what an incredible softball and an incredible story.
I'm attracted to the fact that they move so slow and they're so deliberate, and I am not. I am a ball of chaos, and I go too fast, and words pour out of my mouth before I can apply tact.
Happily for a podcast.
Right, exactly.
But have you seen that viral video of the girl who she's like 4 years old, and she hears that she's going to Disneyland for the first time? Like, her mother surprises her and says, we're about to go to Disneyland. And the girl just starts shaking and just sobbing and hugging her mother, and that's...
Very familiar with that reaction.
Yes.
And mind you, we have this on video.
Really?
Not here, but I will show it to you.
Coincidentally, Marty put Google images up with the baby sloth, and down on related searches, are two animals. The other one happens to be my spirit animal. It lists related searches, baby sloth and vampire squid. What an incredible coincidence.
Vampire squid.
Who could have known that it would choose that for me?
Oh, you gotta...
It's a small deep sea cephalopod.
Ew.
No, that's not my spirit animal. It just happened to be listed there.
But it's really creepy looking.
Worst if somebody said, yeah, that's honestly my spirit. If you want to see into my soul, think vampire squid.
Ew.
No, it's not. Mine is, of course, the Bichon frisé.
Said with a very Frenchy accent.
That's even worse.
Genetically bizarre and moronic. But cute.
Yet pulled together and perhaps elegant even.
Well, I don't have a spirit animal, so we're going to go to softball numero 2.
All right. What's